Tristan Sherrill with the YourLoanPro team. I wanted to talk to you about something that's really coming up a lot, and it is the higher cost of everything, gas, food, just record high inflation, and it's causing a pinch to a lot of people's budgets, creating some hardships, and there's some misconception about what the debt consolidation looks like. And so what I've got is a very similar scenario to an actual client. Let's say this home was bought in January of 2019, so 3.5 years old, put 10% down. When we look at the cost of that home today, due to appreciation, average appreciation, it's worth about $550,000. 10% down on 350 would have been a loan of $315,000. 3.5 years later, they owe about $290. We've got $256,000 in equity, and that's the great news. Is we've got such great equity that with higher prices, homes are included in that, and so your home's worth a lot more, and that's equity that you have access to. And let's say they have a 3% interest rate. What we're looking to do is change that and take that balance to $374,000. We're going to reduce that equity to $174,000, and we're going to double the interest rate. And so you would think, well, why would I want to do that? That's the most ridiculous thing ever. Let me show you why this still might make sense for you. So in this scenario, what I did was just did some kind of fake accounts, but it's similar to an actual client. A couple MasterCards, a couple Visa, Discover, Department Store, Gas Card, American Express. They've got 2 cards, but one's paid for. They bought a new one in 2020. We're going to leave that alone. That's an installment, so that rate's not going to change. These credit cards, though, are a total of $81,000 for payments, minimum payments of $2,026. And keep in mind, minimum credit card payments are interest only, and sometimes 1 to 2% of the balance. So you'll make these payments for a long time before you make any headway, unless you're really applying additional principal to them. And when we look at credit card payments, those are normally anywhere from 12 to 29% to start. And if you've been watching the news, the Fed has been raising the Fed fund rate. That directly correlates to credit card debt. So if your credit card is at 18% and they just raised it by 0.5%, it's 18.5. They raise it another 3/4, it's now 19.25. So we've got to really watch that because you can kind of get yourself in a trap and not be able to get out. So we've got all of this credit card debt. So let's look and see what that looks like. So in this scenario, I've got a loan balance of $290. We're going to increase that. We're going to reduce our equity. We're going to use that equity to get you out of this situation. Here's our current principal and interest, $1,328. We're going to increase that by $800. Again, crazy, right? Why would I do that? Taxes and insurance are $927. That's going to go down a little bit because this includes mortgage insurance as well. Taxes and insurance will be the same, but remember, in this scenario, they put 10% down, so there's about $125 a month in mortgage insurance. That'll come off. Installment, we're leaving alone. That's a fixed rate installment. Revolving, $2,026, we're paying that off. That's now zero. So what we've got in this scenario is a customer that's paying $4,831 to meet their minimum, just their minimum monthly payments. And by doing this, by raising the mortgage, by doubling the interest rate, we're saving $1,229, right? So if you find yourself in that pinch and you're relying on these credit cards to make purchases, that $1,200 could help you not do that, to help you get these things paid off, get them out of the way. Now, we'll need to talk about some strategies. The last thing we want is for you to pay off these credit cards, go to a higher mortgage, but then charge these back up. That puts you right back into the same situation you were in. So that we have to avoid. But let's say you're at the $4,800 and that's doable. That's okay for you. Let me show you this scenario as well. So let's say that $1,229, you're still going to make the $4,800, but $1,229, you're paying off that high interest credit debt that never goes away, it seems, and we're going to apply that to mortgage. So your remaining term now at 26 years. On the current mortgage, you've got 26 years left. We're going to cut that down to 13 years. We go from 316 to 156 payments, and just after 5 years, we've got $72,000 in amortization gain. 10 years, it's $178,000. And after 13 years, that mortgage is paid off for $259,000 in an amortization gain for an increased net worth of $175,000. But I want to let you know that we can look at a lot of different scenarios. Maybe you need part of that $1,200, but not all of it. Maybe we're going to apply $500 to principal, $750. There's a lot of things we can do. And so what I want to look at is, are you in a situation where this is hurting you? And keep in mind, if you get to a point where this part of this is out of control, you're missing payments or you're maxed out on your credit cards, that's going to lower your credit score as well. You may not be eligible. Remember, you've got all of this equity here, and so it's there to help you. And then what we can look at there is getting you in a better situation. And then once rates come down, which most economists think that once inflation is under control, we're going to see rates move back down, we can then refinance you and then get that mortgage piece as well. But rely on this as something that you can utilize to get yourself out of a bad situation. And it's not always about rate. I hate that that's kind of what's in our mindset, or jingle everything you hear. It's about strategy and what's best for you. So if you want to look at a specific strategy based on your situation, please reach out. We're happy to help. Thanks and take care.